So you might be thinking to yourself, what is Slowvember? I'm going to tell you. Hi, I'm Joe from Joe Thinks, and welcome. So Slowvember is an art challenge. You may have heard of Inktober. Inktober is actually an art challenge that happens in October, where as an artist you produce a ink drawing every single day. You hone your skill at being able to do silhouettes and things like that. And just using ink in general. You don't have to focus on one specific thing. In fact, you're doing so many different ink-based pieces of work that you don't really have to focus on any one particular thing. In fact, it's probably, other than it being an ink drawing or an ink piece of artwork, I didn't do Inktober this year, and that's fine. My family was aware of it. We just didn't participate, and that's okay too. So what is Slowvember? Well, again, it is an art challenge proposed by a guy named Lee White from the Society of Visual Storytelling, which is a group of illustrator teachers. So the concept of this is that it happens after Inktober, and you, according to Lee's rules, take the first week after Inktober off and just do research, try not to do much more than that. I have decided, seeing as I didn't do Inktober at all, I'm just gonna go ahead and absorb the first week of break into the stuff that happens during the second week, which is like thumbnailing and getting color palettes together and working on values and tone. In my case, exactly what I want to do. I know that I am hard set on something Buffy the Vampire Slayer based, like with Sarah Michelle Gellar and Allison Hannigan. Now, as to what I want to do, I'm not really sure about that yet, so I'm going to whip up a bunch of concept work, and that's what this first video is going to be. So this is actually going to be a Slowvember series. Every video that I release this month is going to be based around Slowvember, this project that I'm working on, and you'll get to kind of go along with this journey with me. I started off making just some basic, hey, how would I draw, Buffy? How would I draw Willow? How would I draw Xander? And then I thought, oh, I'll do one great big giant thing, and, I'll just do it like a concept, and then I'll make one humongous, extremely detailed thing that'll take me a month. Because that's the other part about this, is that Slowvember's a month-long challenge like Inktober. You take 30 days to make one piece of artwork, and it's a portfolio level piece of artwork. It's something, that you are super proud of by the end of it. So my wife actually proposed this to me, and I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. And then she was like, we should keep it secret, and at the end of the month we'll reveal it. And I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. And my daughter got in, so our whole family is doing Slowvember. The secret thing lasted for about 3 days. I still haven't shown my daughter. She knows I'm doing something Buffy related. I honestly don't know what she's doing yet, anyway. However, I have changed the rules because the Slowvember is actually meant for painting, I guess, according to Lee, and I've changed it kind of digitally, kind of like role-playing back in the day. We changed the rules of Dungeons and Dragons and Rifts here in Michigan quite a bit just to make it faster, and for our particular group of people, more kind of friendly for what we were trying to accomplish while role-playing our stories out. Now, the last 2 or 3 videos of the month will be me working on the actual final piece. Maybe even just the last video, but I'm really curious to see what this yields. I'm going to produce a bunch of concept work and kind of get into the groove of doing this, and then I'm just going to do it. And it'll be fun to see the final thing that I pick and stuff. You get to see the thumbnails that I made, which I did just some backgrounds to kind of get the idea, and I put the master in there, and I gave Spike and Angel kind of grayer colored skin than normal skin, The cool thing is, the very final video will include both my wife and my daughter, and I will show you what they did for Slowvember, which I'm really excited about that too. So working on this has been pretty fun. Exploring a place artistically I never really explored. I never drew anything Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's been a neat challenge, especially sweet, but this has thus far been really, really fun. The final video will actually have my daughter and my wife in it as well. And I'll show you what they did for Slowvember. I'm curious to see what we all come up with. Having a month to work on something, at first I was like, I'll just get extremely detailed with it. And then I actually looked up Lee's YouTube channel, and I was like, all right, what is Slowvember? I should listen to this. And I'm like, oh, this is about painting. Oh, Well, I surely don't have my painting stuff ready to roll. I have a brand new digital tablet monitor I've been playing with a lot, and that's what I intend to use. So I'll just adapt, the system that they came up with. I've also been playing a game that I haven't played since it came out, to be fair. Skyrim, which is interesting. It's been a long time. It reminds me of all the things that were going on in 2011 and 2012. I was teaching classes at the local college, technology classes, and a bunch of my students, I was actually taking classes too, so I was a student as well. And we all were playing Skyrim. Many of us were not accomplishing what we should have. So I kind of understood when people were tired, but they still made it to class. And it seemed like the arrow to the knee joke had made it everywhere. It was all over the internet. People that didn't even care about video games or knew about Skyrim knew about that. It was like an instant meme. So my plan is that I will be working on a bunch of concept work here. And what I'm going to do is create probably a couple dozen thumbnails. And then I'll probably pick whatever the best scenes are, or just work on some larger scale stuff too, like the vampire horde running. And then out of those final thumbnails, I will pick the piece of art I'm going to make that will be the portfolio level piece of art. And I think this is going to be fun. I'm going to record the whole thing, and you're going to get to come along with me. So one thing that I intend to do is more story time videos, but there's not really a story other than, hey, what is Slowvember? In this particular video, I'm still watching videos for other people, and I see a lot of people explain their art style while they're drawing it. If that is something that you would be interested in, having me explain why I made certain decisions on shapes and lines, that's something, honestly, I don't really want to do, but I would. Explain what I'm doing. So if that's something that you would like to see, please leave a comment down below. If you want to get notified when I release new videos, go ahead and hit that little bell and click the subscribe button. This is Joe from Joe Thinks. And remember, be kind to one another. And use your turn signals.